Voice training, it's time for voice training. Voice training, train your voice so you like it. It's voice training. Hey, it's me, Bria. I hope you're ready to voice train. If this is your first time here, don't sweat it. Just try your best to keep up. I've got lots of videos up on YouTube that you can refer to later to maybe get some clarification on anything you're having trouble with. And you can also post questions in either the Twitch chat here right now or on YouTube if you're watching it there, or on my Discord as well, where I offer live voice feedback to people. But today, I just hope you've got some water to drink, you're sitting somewhere comfortably, and you're ready to work out these muscles in your throat to start developing them to be able to make your voice do the things you want to do with it. I realize I don't spend a lot of time in training really challenging y'all on pitch. I don't try to focus too much on pitch at the beginning. Everybody has this idea of like, oh, just talk like a girl, you need to go high pitch, right? Well, yes and no. That's part of it. That's part of the whole deal. It's definitely an important aspect of our training, but there's so much more to it, especially technique-wise and cadence-wise. And you have to get down certain basic ground rules and techniques before you can seriously challenge your pitch. But challenging your pitch is a great way to train. It's a really good workout for your voice. And if you've been following along with the videos for a few weeks now, you are definitely ready to be working on your pitch a little bit more. Last week we worked on squeaking, the tightness in the throat that helps you hit those high notes. I want you to keep that in mind if you've worked on that before, if you were in for last week's lesson or you saw it on YouTube. Keep that in mind as we do pitch training today, because the secret so much isn't trying to go higher pitch. It's trying to get it higher and higher in your head physically. You feel the voice happening up here. I don't want to talk too long about all this. Let's just start with our usual diaphragmatic breathing. If you're not familiar with this, we're just breathing in through our nose into your stomach. You feel like your stomach is expanding. Your shoulders are relaxed. And as you breathe out, you squeeze your stomach in, pushing the air out. Let's just do 5 breaths together. In through the nose. That was 5, right? Probably. One thing I like to do with people is timed breathing. Have a little sip of water, by the way. If you haven't done this much before, you might be a little lightheaded. Time breathing is a concept, if you've done this with me before, you're familiar with, where we're trying to breathe in and out over a specific period of time, either trying to increase that time or just trying to have complete control over our breath during the time frame we're working in. I like to use this quick little diagram, or where is it? This thing here? Yeah, that's the one. We're going to breathe in over the span of 4 seconds and try and hold it for 4 seconds and exhale over 4 seconds. So when you see the image pop up, start inhaling over that 4 seconds. Follow along with me. It'll make sense. Make sense? Let's do another. Ready? One more. Good stuff. Hopefully that didn't make you too lightheaded. Have a little bit of water just in case it did. Next, let's go to our non-voiced vowel sounds. We're going to go Here, let's go through it one at a time. So I'll go. You try it. Good. Good. Have a little water. Don't want you to get too lightheaded. Let's do one more of those. I want you to really try to push that air out. I want you to have your hand up in front of your mouth so you can feel the air on it. And we'll do it one at a time this last time. So, oh, I felt a lot of air. How about you? Feeling that air? Should be moist air too. That's always best. How'd that feel? Getting lots of air on your hand? If you're not quite feeling it, that's okay. Just practice your deep diaphragmatic breathing and also this, and you'll start learning to really push that air out like you're blowing out a birthday candle. Next, let's go to yawning, my favorite early warm-up, where we're making a little bit of a sound while also pushing that air out with our diaphragm muscles, just like with our breathing. Just a natural yawn, you know, maybe you don't make sound when you yawn, it doesn't matter. Just making a bit of sound as you breathe out, like so. I just relax into it. You see my shoulders just melt as I completely relax. I'll go again and you can go back and forth. How's that? Good, good. Have a little water. And let's put a pin into yawning for a second, and let's go into what I call breathy voice. We're just making a flat ha sound like we did before, but we're trying to give it sound now. Before we were just breathing it out, but now we're trying to make a sound that while still getting that air. So when we had our hand out and we go, oh, lots of warm air, just like when I went. Here, I'll show you one more time and I'll give you a chance. Not going high pitch, just breathing out a bit of sound. Try it out. Do you feel the air on your hand while you make a bit of sound? We'll go again. You getting the air? You making sound? Let's do one more. Good. Hopefully that's not making you feel too lightheaded. Let's have a little bit of water. Take a few breaths in and out. It'll help relax you, as well as work out any dizziness you might have. So, we just did the flat ha sound. Now I want to try going up in pitch with that. Don't have to go too high. We're just trying to warm up a bit, challenge ourselves a bit. We're going to go up step by step together. So let's just start with what we just did, just a second ago. Just a simple ha. You go. Easy, right? Let's go to the next step up. We're going to try and go a little higher. How's that feel? Were you able to go a little higher? Did you still have a little bit of air? It's normal to have less air. Don't sweat it if you have less air. Let's try and go one higher if we can. How was that? Were you able to go higher? Did going higher cost you air? If you weren't able to go higher, don't sweat it. Just try and hold this last note. Whatever the highest note it is you reached before, keep going with that one. That's working out. That's training for you. Everyone else, let's try going up one higher. How's that? It's okay? Let's go a little higher. Still going strong, still getting air. Don't sweat it if you couldn't go higher. Just keep pushing. Keep up with us. As long as you're doing something, that's training. You getting that air? If you're not getting air, that means you're getting into falsetto, which we don't necessarily want, but we're not going to worry too much right now because I want you to push yourself just a little bit. Let's go one higher. One higher. Oh, I'm reaching my limit. I think I'm getting close. How about you? Oh, that was a little tighter. I didn't have as much air. It wasn't as clean. I'm going to try one more, and I want you to try one more too. Oh, I was able to get a bit of air, but I think I need to stop there. But you think you're tough? You want to beat your voice coach? I know people, especially if you're new at it, they always want to go higher than me. So try one more. You think you can go higher? Do it. Prove me wrong. Oh, wow, I'm blown away by how high you could go. Really, though, it isn't about going high. But like I said, today I want to push you a little bit, give you a bit more of a workout. We're going to return to that, but I always like to start there in my own workouts when I'm warming up. Let's return to yawning. We put a little pin in yawning. Let's take that pin out, go back to it, and since we've already been going higher in pitch, it should be a little easier for us to do this next variation of the yawn, which I call the uptick yawn. On the yawns we were doing before, we settled into it. We went, really just settling into the breath. That's nice warm up. But now what we're trying to do is we're trying to go higher in pitch as we do the yawn while still maintaining that breathiness. So it sounds like this. I was still getting air right to the end. It's a little normal, or definitely normal, to have reduced air as you go higher, as I said before. So don't sweat it if you're there. I'll give you another example and I'll give you a chance to do it. Try it out. Try going up. Were you able to get some air? Maintain your air even while going higher? Good. Let's try going a little higher if that was easy for you. Were you able to go any higher? It's hard to go higher on this one because you're using up all your breath throughout the whole thing. Let's try going a little higher. Thanks, car alarm. I don't know. That might be my limit for this. I don't have a great range on this one, to be honest. It's not easy. Why don't I give you one more shot at it since I apparently reached my limit. How'd it feel doing that? Is your throat okay? You getting dizzy? Either way, have a little water. Take a couple breaths in and out. Just relax. Next, we're going to do what is supposedly the harder version of uptick yawn, which may be easier for some people, and that is glissando yawn, where we're going up and then back down again. Starting somewhere, going higher, and then returning to where we started. Yeah? Try and keep that breath the whole way through. I'm going to hold my hand up and see if I can feel the breath the whole way through. Oh, there's reduced breath, but it's not too bad. How does it work for you? Are you able to go higher and then return to where you started while still maintaining that breath? Give yourself a really deep breath in before you start because that's going to help you. The more breath you take in, the easier it's going to be to get this out. Oh, that was so much easier because I focused on getting a great big breath in. Really important to it. Good. I'm going to go again here. How are you doing with this? Yeah? Let's do one more and then we'll have some water. Should be easy, right? We were just doing step-by-step pitch increases, and chances are, I mean, I was going higher than I was going there, so this should have been fairly easy. But it's a little difficult to do it in this smooth motion, starting somewhere and then going up somewhere else and returning. That's going to use up your breath a lot more. It's requiring flexibility in here. Takes a little bit of time to master, but it's a really great workout. Really great warm-up, especially. Since it's pitch day, I want to try challenging the glissando. So we're going to start where we were before, the simple try it. Yeah? Easy? Good, you just did it. Should be easy. Let's try going one higher, which is basically we're starting at the note that we just went up to. So we're going to go Can you do that? Go one higher. You just take your whole thing, your whole little arc, and take it one higher. Let's do it one higher. Ooh, I tightened up a bit there. How do you fare? Huh? Let's try going one higher. It's okay. I want to try one more. You should try one more too. I don't know if it was necessarily one higher, but it was one more. Have a little water. Oh, a couple breaths in and out. Good. Let's try stretching out our glissando now. So instead of taking the whole thing and keeping it small and going up higher and higher, we're going to start in the same place and stretch it out higher and higher. So we start somewhere nice and comfortable, like there, and go up a little higher than maybe our first normal one. We're going up higher and slower. Slow and drawn out. I'll show you one more time. Try it. Go maybe just a little higher than on your usual one and make it last a little bit longer, stretching it out. I'll try again. I'll try going a little higher. You try it. Feeling okay? Good, good. I'm going to try and go one higher too. Definitely tightening up at the top there. I don't know if I'm at my best today. How about you? Let's try one more. I'm going to try and start in the same place, and I'm going to try and stretch it out even higher and further and make it last a little longer too. Oh, that was rough. You try it. When you push your limit, you tighten up. You can't always have as much perfection and control as you want. That's okay. That's how you know you're making progress and you're working out. Have a little water. Let's move away from all this breathy stuff we've been doing and go into the pinchy realm. I don't think we've done in a little while, at least on this series, the buzzing. Buzzing is what it sounds like, a tight electric insect kind of buzz. Your teeth aren't quite clenched, they're like together. Your throat muscles in here are going to clench. You want to feel like you're getting it up into your nose, and we're going to give it like a Z sound or Z sound. Do you hear the nose? I'll try again. You try it. See if you make that buzz. I'll show you again here. Feel that tightness in your throat? Let's do one more and hopefully it won't burn your throat out. How'd that feel? Do you feel like it's in your nose? Do you feel pressure in here? Do you feel tightness in here? Does it feel small, or is it heavy and rumbling? If it's heavy and rumbling, chances are it's more in your chest. You need to get it up into your nose and mouth more. Let's try something. An exercise I like to do with people who are having difficulty getting something up into their nose is the Bugs Bunny. You know, the yeah, what's up, duck? Up in your nose. Yeah, like a nyan cat, you know? Yeah. Try it. Get into your nose. I'll try again here. Yeah. You go. Yeah. 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 How's that feel? Getting it into your nose? When you come down, do you feel it in your throat, the tightness? We want that too. We'll go a little bit more on that in a moment. I want to go back to buzzing. I want to see if this helped it shrink down, helped it get into your nose a little more, maybe help you go a little higher pitched. First though, let's just start with a buzz, just like we did before. How'd it feel? Did it feel easier to get into your nose on your buzz? Let's try just quickly what I call back-to-back training, where we do one thing back-to-back with another thing. That kind of helps it rub off on the other, so we're going to do a Bugs Bunny back-to-back with a buzz, like so. Oh, that felt so nosy for me. Why don't you try? Give me a nya and a buzz. How was it? Did it feel more nasal for you? Let's do one more of those, and then we'll try going up in pitch. How was it? Get nice and buzzy in the nose? Hope so. Have a little water, and let's challenge our pitch. So, we're going to be going in a normal buzz, like where we started, the do it. Good, good. Let's go one higher. Or, sorry. There we go. Oh, that might be my limit. Let's try one more. How'd you do? Were you able to go high and still keep it tight in your throat? Were you able to contain it in your nose? If you get to a point where you're like, hee, that's not buzzing. I'm sorry, that's falsetto. That's not quite what we're looking for. We do use our falsetto. I use my falsetto. Cis women use their falsetto, but for our training purposes today, we don't really want to be in the falsetto so much. We want to keep it tight, clean technique. The buzzing comes from clenching in here, and that's the training effect we're getting. If you can do a high-pitched buzz that you keep tight and buzzy, then you can make your voice have a nice resonance at those higher pitches. Another variation of this is, of course, glissando buzz, where we are starting somewhere, going higher, and coming back down, all in one smooth go, like so. Try. How'd it feel? It's probably a little easier than the breathy one, no? I find it is, at least. Let's go again. One more? Let's do one more. Have a little water. You earned it. Maybe take a few breaths, stretch your neck a bit. Oh, I slept on my neck weird. Ow! That stuff all matters. Being relaxed, especially in your shoulders, your chest, your neck, it all helps your voice. And if you're stiff or hurting anywhere, it's going to be a lot harder to do what you want. I should be a voice actor. Sayo. I used to actually do voice acting back in university. Okay. I want to do challenging glissando buzz. So let's try going up step by step. Take the whole arc of our glissando up. You know, going higher pitch. Follow along with me. We just did it before. We're going. Oh, there we go. One higher. Go higher. Go higher. Oh, I'm barely holding on to a buzz there. Let's try one more. Oh, that was muddled. It's your turn. Go. I stepped on your toes. Don't worry about me. Wasn't a good one anyways. Have a little water. How's that feel? Going up in pitch on that, challenging the whole thing. You know, I think it's easier in some ways to move the whole thing up in pitch, but it is useful to do the other version, of course, the starting low and stretching it out higher and higher. So let's just start where we went before, just a normal glissando buzz, nice and easy. Okay, let's start in the same place, but stretch the peak out a little more. Yeah. One more. Oh, there we go. Yeah. It's not so easy to start low and stretch up really high, but sometimes it really helps to get a bit of a running start at something, where you start somewhere lower and you bring it up higher. Remember what I said at the beginning of the lesson? When you go up in pitch, think of it as going up physically in your body, starting maybe lower in your throat and going up into your head more. And I wonder if you were feeling that while we were doing the glissandos in particular. And I talk about getting it up into your nose and all stuff like that. For this next exercise, it's very much all about that. If you've done the videos before, you know all about Grudge Ghost, the kind of deep popping, crackly sound down the bottom of your throat. The just like that spooky ghost girl in The Grudge. Just try it out. Yeah? Does the popping come across? I've got this mic here that I normally keep in my studio. I've got it with me at home tonight. I think it picks up sound a little bit better, and hopefully that popping comes through a little better. That does that come through? The pop? That's what we want. That's the tightness in there. So, in similar fashion to everything else we've been doing, we're going to try and go up step by step with this. So, start at the bottom of your throat. Yeah, okay. Now we're going to try and do that sound again, but a little higher up in the throat. Not necessarily trying to go higher pitch, just higher in the throat. So I've ignored in this instance something I normally work on in this exercise, which is the nasal whistle note. I've tried to keep it purely throat. I reached a point where I got to the top of my throat and it was this ah, but that's kind of unsatisfactory. That doesn't necessarily get us where we want to go. Where I really want to go is into even better. That's better. In the nose. I get more warmed up, and we'll get there. We're going to do some stuff to get here. You can jump this barrier from the ah into the ah. I'll show you. We're going to go up in one smooth motion, sort of like those glissandos. We went up step by step. Now we're going to start down here and bring it up here. Ah. Ah. Try it out. Ah. You can hear at the top, that's where I'm getting into that nasally spot. It's kind of difficult to make the jump. Don't sweat it if you can't get there yet. As long as you're tightening up your muscles in your throat, that's good. Ah. 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 I definitely feel like I'm a little off today. I'm not getting the nasal action I sometimes can get. It's all things to do with voice are very contingent on how you're feeling, how the atmosphere is. Is it wet out? Is it dry out? Is it hot? Is it cold? Mucus. Ooh, mucus is our number one enemy. Really matters. So if you have off days or you don't feel like your voice is up to par, don't worry, we all have those days. You can't be at your 100% all the time. All you can do is raise your averages. So another important component of this is going up and coming back down. So we're going to go ah, ah. That tight, that the bottom there, right? Ah, ah. Try it. Ah, ah. Ah, ah. Yeah. Now this is something we worked on far more extensively last week. We can go into this in far more detail. We're not going to worry about it too much today. But let's just go to one more exercise here, and that is the sound. The it's putting a lot of these things together. It's tightness in the throat. It's that nasalness, the tightness in here. It's kind of like the buzz we were doing, but it's this not an ah, but try it. You get clench in here, pressure in the nose. I'll show you again. One more. How's it feel? Is it hard on your throat? Have a little water just in case. And then next what we're going to do is we're going to challenge the pitch on this. We're going to go up step by step. You can just follow along with me. Do your best to keep up. And when you reach a point where you don't think you can go any higher, don't sweat it. Try and stay there. Work with that for a bit. That's your working pitch. That's how you're going to get stronger. So let's just start where we started before. You can go. Oh, you can hear me crack there? Let's do one more. Revenge. Oh, maybe you can do better. It's not easy. These ones, we typically don't have as much range as we do on other things. But it's really good training. Does your throat feel a little tired after that? That's actually a good thing. It's going to get you stronger. Really clench those muscles in here when you do that one. After all all that, let's return to the breathy note we did way back in the breathy warm-ups. The oh, I felt a lot of warm air in my hand. Give me one of those, just a with the sound. Yeah? Okay. Let's go one higher. You go. Getting less and less air each time. Let's do one more. One more. We can do it. Whew, I'm lightheaded from that. Have a little water. Whew, was that easier? Harder? We're more warmed up, but we're also doing more tight stuff. And sometimes it's more difficult to do loose things after doing tight things. But if you play your cards right, you should be more warmed up from everything you did previously and able to outperform yourself on this pitch stuff we're doing. Hey, did my video freeze? I can tell my audio didn't freeze. Video? How dare you? You! I don't know if it's frozen on stream and video, but on my OBS, my video is frozen. I'm gonna try something. Did it change the camera? No, it's still the same. Oh, there we go. That's a different camera. Hi, this is an unflattering view of me. How about this? You little turd. Wow. You're a really naughty camera. You know that? Unflattering view? Darkness. Wow, you're a real jerk. You know that? I'm going to try unplugging and plugging back in my webcam. I don't know what it's doing. Oh, you naughty. You are so naughty. Well, now the mic I want to use isn't going. And also I feel like the whole contrast of the video just changed. I mean, I know the light's changing because it's getting dark, but you know what? Technology, eat my ass. You need to quit undermining me in front of the internet. Where were we? Oh, we just done breathy ha's. We're going to do something called Pinchy ha's. We were just doing all these Pinchy warm-ups, so we didn't actually do any Pinchy voice. The Pinchy voice is this, the tight, like with the buzz and everything else, doing that right? We're doing like an annoying buzzer. Yeah, you got it. So, here, I'll just, tight, tight, tight. Why don't you try? You're getting the tightness in your throat. You're getting the nasally feeling that So, in an interest of getting both the nasal as well as vocal fry, we should do some Bugs Bunnies. And we're going to do Bugs Bunnies back to back with this. So we're going to go yeah, makes sense? Try it out. Where the heck is this? There you are, you little. I'm not letting this audio thing go. You little so-and-so. I want to use the mic I want to use. You. Lucy, you got some splaining to do. I mean, microphone. Wow, you were a naughty little microphone. Okay, whatever. What can you do? And this mic's fine. It's fine. Anyways. Let's try going one higher. You notice how I'm losing the buzziness in it? Watch for that. Let's do one more. Oof. Oof. Giving myself hiccups doing this. Have some water. How'd that feel on your throat? Were you able to go higher in pitch? Were you able to keep it feeling tight in here? Did you go into the falsetto? We want to avoid that falsetto. We want to keep that tightness in the throat, and we want to keep it up in the nose. Yeah? Okay. We haven't done any other vowel sounds. We've only done uhs. Let's try A. Since they're kind of familiar with it at this point, let's go back and forth between breathy and pinchy. So let's go back to breathy. We're going to do A sound. We're going hey. Give that H sound. Hey. Your turn. Do you feel the air on it? We'll go again. Hey. Hey. Let's do one more at this level. Hey. Yeah. Have a little water. Now let's try going up in pitch. Let's do one at the level we just did to kind of get ourselves in, in place, get a sense of where we are. Hey. We'll go one higher. Hey. Still feeling that air. Hey. 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 I felt like I was losing my air a little bit at the top. Let's call it quits there. Have a little water. How was that for you? Is it easier or harder than the ha sound? Pay attention to what sounds you have an easier time with and use the things that make you successful at those sounds to make your other sounds more successful. Just like we do the back-to-back training with the meh and the ah or anything else like that. You could go ha, hey, and doing them back-to-back, maybe it'll help your A become as good as your ah, or vice versa, or whatever it is you're doing back-to-back. Yeah? Yeah. What do I try to teach with this isn't just literally do this and you'll be successful. It's here's a tool that you could apply to many situations in your training, and that will help you develop new methods of training for yourself. In my workouts, I never do the same thing twice. I never do the same workout twice. When these lessons happen, like I'm not doing the same thing with you guys every week. Like maybe certain things we do every week, but I try to do something a little different every time. Thanks, news helicopter. Okay, let's go to pinchy A. So that's that tight in here, up in the nose, the A. Why don't you try it? I feel like this one's a little easier than breathy for most people. Let's try one. Let's do a few at this level. A. Still easy, right? A. A. Let's do one more at this level. A. Good stuff. Have a little water. Hopefully everything at the feet is working now. I'm not sure what caused my video to freeze earlier, but it seems to be all good now. Let's go up in pitch on our pinchy A's. So we're going our baseline place we started at. Hey. Oh, that's the wrong thing. I want to click on that one. Go one higher. Now I was noticing there in that last one, I didn't have as much of the buzziness, so that's where I would call it quits. Even though I can do higher pitched things in different ways, in this instance, and for training purposes, it wouldn't be that useful for me to go higher pitched there, because I'd just be relying on non-buzziness, and we want that buzziness, right? Have a little bit of water. And let's do one more sound. We're going to go to E. Now, E is an interesting sound because E is very tight, which means it's a little more difficult for breathy, but a little easier for pinchy. So let's start with a breathy he sound. Hand up, deep breath in. Hey. I'll give you one more. Hey. Ooh, lots of air there. Try it out. You able to get that air in your hands? Let's go do a few at this level. Hey. 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 Have a little water? Hopefully that's not too tight for you. Hopefully you're able to keep getting some air on your hand. If you're not able to get air on your hand with this, or you have difficulty with it, you can do back-to-back training with it. You could do non-voiced E with voiced E. Because I can get so much air in my non-voiced E. It really relaxes me, primes my body, gets it into the mood to be blowing air. Then when I do voiced E, it's a little more relaxed. It's not as tight, and I can get even more air on it. Try that out if you have trouble. But for today, let's try going up in pitch. So hand up, deep breath in, let's follow along. Hey. 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 Ooh, getting tight. Let's do one more. Hey. Oh, that wasn't good. You try it. How's that last one for you? Were you able to keep it pretty loose? Weren't cracking, weren't going into falsetto, getting lots of air? Don't sweat it if you couldn't maintain all these things perfectly. We all have our breaking points. And the purpose of today a little bit is to reach that breaking point. Have a little water so you don't break too hard. And the next we're going to do is Pinchy E. Now, Pinchy E, like I said, is tighter. It should be a little bit easier. And we want to get it into the nose as much as possible. It's almost impossible to have too much nasal on an E in Pinchy voice. Because, you know, it's built right into it, right? So we're just going, try it. Get that nasal. Do a Bugs Bunny before it if it helps. Did that help? Did you need it to help? Go again. Use the Bugs Bunny if you need to. How's it feel? Is it hard in your throat? Is it very tight? You getting lots of nasal? Pay attention to the sensations of your body as you make sounds. That's how you're going to reproduce any sounds you make that you like. All right, let's try challenging our pitch on E. So we'll start where we started before. Easy peasy, yeah? Let's go one higher. One more? Let's do one more. Oh. I feel like not only am I not really at my best in terms of pitch today, but my ease and my pinchy voice in general, I don't practice pinchy voice that much. I've been focusing in teaching with students on a lot of the creaky door stuff, which is related to pinchy voice, but it's not quite the same. And I realize I don't actually practice pinchy voice that much anymore. And I feel a little off about it. I'm going to have to do more of it with y'all so that I can improve too. This is like, that's the thing about doing these workouts. It's a little bit of a workout for me too. I'm pushing myself a little bit here too. And I also want you to notice that in all of this pitch training, did we do anything that was super duper high pitch? Did we do anything that sounded super girly? Not so much. Maybe breathy to an extent. But for the most part, these sounds that we're making, it's not about sounding girly. It's about training. There's a big difference between speaking and training. And all this stuff, this is the realm of training. We're getting stronger. We're making the muscles in here able to contract very tightly and also relax completely. Once we master that, then we can focus on speaking a little bit more. We've been doing a lot of high pitch today, but let's cool down a little bit with really low pitch. So let's start with those low grudge goes, but I want you to go even lower than you normally would. Deep down. Try that. Did it feel soothing on your voice? Let's try a low, breathy ha. That was more of a non-voiced one. Let me try again. Better. You try that. Low. It's almost harder to go low sometimes, huh? How's that feel? Maybe massage your throat a little bit. They massaged a little too hard. Next, let's go to pinchy low. Try that, get that tightness. It's actually still in the nose, but it's going to be kind of low in the throat. It's getting into more to grudge goes. Oh. Ooh. You start to tread that line a little bit between Grudge, Ghost, and Pinchy when you get low enough. Does this feel nice in your throat? Hopefully it helps you relax a little bit at the end of intensive training. And hopefully it isn't dysphoric for you to go low like that. I find there can be a little bit of power in going low, especially once you've established to yourself and to the world that you can go high. It's really easy for me to do a lot of stuff with my voice because I experienced little to no voice dysphoria because of all the training I've put in, and I have a nice voice. People tell me I have a nice voice. People want lessons from me for my voice. So clearly I must have a nice voice. So I'm not afraid to do deep, deep things. It's easy for me. I understand if you're still figuring out your voice and you have a hard time with going deep, if you want to go higher, but you need to trust me that going higher isn't automatically going to make your voice feel the way you want it to feel, and it isn't going to necessarily accomplish what you want to accomplish in training. If you go up higher in pitch, but without developing the technique, then you're just using your falsetto, chances are. You're not really doing the things you want to do with your voice to be able to speak the way you want to speak. That's why it's such a lengthy process of training and developing. Yeah, I hope this was a useful lesson for y'all. I hope you aren't too sore, beat up. We're already at 6 o'clock, but if anybody has any questions while we're here, anyone who's watching the feed right now, is there anything we did today that you're not 100% sure on? If you want me to leave you with a pearl of wisdom before we go, I want to hear. And if you don't have a question, I hate doing this every time. It's so awkward doing this every time. But if you want to throw a tip to your voice coach, that's always appreciated. I do this for free, of course. I used to get paid money to do voice lessons, and I don't do that anymore, mainly because I don't really have the time. But, well, I'm happy to do this for free. It really helps me out any amount that anybody gives me. It helps make up for time that I'm doing something for free. So anytime, if you're watching this video on YouTube, if you are watching it now, sending a tip via Streamlabs is really easy. Hey, cheers are always helpful too. Thanks, Anonymous Cheerer. Gifting a sub. You have Twitch Prime? You can gift me a Twitch Prime sub. If you have Amazon Prime, you don't know what Twitch Prime is. You're just here for voice lessons. If you have Amazon Prime, you can send me a sub through your Amazon Prime. You sign up for Twitch Prime on Twitch. Chances are you're watching this on Twitch, yeah? And you give me a bit of money. Twitch sub. It doesn't cost you anything. Boom. I make a bit of extra money. You want to support me on Patreon? Give me $2 a month. You get on my Discord server. You can talk with people. You can talk with me. Get feedback on your lessons. We're building that up. It's a really nice little community, and I'm really proud of what we're doing there. And of course, if none of those things are an option for you, hey, that's cool. I gotcha. We're all just here trying to survive in this world. I'm not hearing any questions here, so I'm going to assume I was a perfect teacher. I did a great job, and everyone is nailing it. Just everything is just, everyone's doing awesome, and that makes me so happy. Everyone's doing really great. You did really great today. I just, like, it makes me so happy. Can I just say, it makes me so happy. All the people who tune in, I see the people who tune in, and I see the people who watch the YouTube videos and comment and that, and it really means a lot to me that there's a lot of people who are following along with this. Keep practicing, keep training. It takes a while to get this. It takes a really long time to get this, to be honest. But if you just keep at it, you will make progress. And for me, a really big part of why I do voice training isn't just because I had voice dysphoria, but it was because I wanted to take back power in my life. Transition is so much of a waiting game. There's so many things that are completely out of our hands in transition and life in general. But there's one thing that we can have power on if we're given the tools and the opportunity, and that is our voice. If we work on our voices, we can craft ourselves into who we want to be. And I think that's a really powerful and important thing for trans people. There's not a whole lot of other ways we can have power in our lives. So I hope this is helping you. There we go. I forgot. As I doing all that mic fiddling about, I forgot that when I switch over to this zone, I need to get the mic going again. Anyways, thanks for training with me. Try to practice every day. Don't train for more than 1 hour at a time. Always try to drink plenty of water. And I will see you next week. Bye. Also subscribe to me on YouTube and Twitch and all that crap that I hate saying because I feel like a sellout. But bye.